as we get ready to get underway after the opening ceremonies. Hope you tuned into that. I did not. I took a nice little break, much needed rest, walked around Glencoe a little bit, saw some of the sights. Great little community as we are getting ready to go. My name's Adam Donnelly. Happy to be bringing you this action here from the ISCs. The sky's clouded over a little bit. We have a little bit of persistent overcast. No wind. Things are looking great for an evening game here as the lights are on in Glencoe. Tyler Branchow going to be leading off for the Batman U23. Alex McGilvery, second baseman, batting second. Danny Scott in the 3 spot. Matthew Weiler in the 4 spot. Mike Walker in the 5th. Nolan Butena in the 6th. Nick McGrain batting 7th. Riley Good in the 8th spot. And Blake Brubacher, the shortstop, rounding things out offensively for the Batmen. We'll go around the horn here for the Jacks defensively. Got Andrew Kutnikoff playing left field, Ryan Bicknell in center, Justin Laskowski out in right. Over at third, we have Max Major, Brant Weeb, the shortstop, patrolling the hole there. Will Major at second, and then Matt Kutnikoff at first base. Your battery will be a pair of Nicks behind the dish. Moore will be receiving Nick Patrick, who started last night's game. As we are preparing to go here, not sure what the holdup is here, but the umpires just gathered over at the side. Looks like they're waiting for the umpire in charge here just to have a little chat, so we will take a second. Looks like the issue is with first base. Grounds crew just coming out to have a look-see, as first base is the issue. Decent crowd of locals to our right. A few folks from Saskatoon here in the left. Looks like the libations are flowing from the beer tent. Grounds crew just doing a bit of work. Looks like okay. See the Saskatoon Jacks coach just bringing a base over. Looks like they're just going to dig out the hole to make sure everything is level over there. Ground crew worked hard in the break. Did a good job, drug both of the fields. Make sure this surface is pristine for these athletes.
Home team starting at first base, number 3, second base, number 7, Will Major, third base, number 11, Max Major, shortstop, number 19, Brant Weed, left field, number 22, Andrew Kutnikoff, center field, number 16, Ryan Bicknell, right field, number 23, Logan Newman, final plate, number 9, Nick Moore, starting pitcher, number 18, Nick Patrick.
There's Nick Patrick on the mound, starting to take his warm-up pitches here, as the issue over at first seems to be resolved. So Toronto was on the losing end of a 5-3 game yesterday against the Sandlot Merchants, which puts them in this one. And then, of course, the Saskatoon Jacks losing 5-2 to the Midland Explorers. That was a heck of a game pitched by Juan Jose Pepe for the Explorers, and that brings us to where we're at today. So should be a heck of a matchup. Couple of close games yesterday. It's going to bring up Tyler Branchow. Had the pleasure of seeing Tyler last year with the men's U23 national team that came to Kamloops for the STK tournament. Had a couple of home runs in that game to this young man as he steps in for his first at bat of the evening. And that ball, first pitch swinging, is ripped hard to left field. Brancho coming out hard. He's going to stop at first. One pitch, one hit. Brancho keeps the streak alive as he is swinging a hot stick. It's going to bring up number 5, Alex McGilvery, the second baseman. Brancho playing center field. Swing and a miss there from McGilvery, second baseman, as he steps in against Patrick. They're his first at bat of the evening. I like these jerseys, reminiscent of the Lakers with the gold and purple color scheme for the Batman. Black pants. Swing and a miss on a dipper in the dirt for strike 2. So Patrick quickly ahead in the count here, 0-2. McGilvery goes down 3 straight pitches swinging as he misses on that one for the first out of the top of the first inning. That's going to bring up Danny Scott. Scott playing left field in this one. So we see a quick replay of the strikeout pitch there from Patrick. That one taken outside for a ball. Runner going. Moore loses the handle on that. That's going to be a stolen base for Brancho. So we see a replay of that. Good jump here from the center fielder after that leadoff single, and he's in scoring position here for Danny Scott. That one taken down. Ball 4, so Danny Scott works the walk, and we've got runners on first and second for the Batman here in the top half of the first inning. So the Batman threatening in this one. That's going to bring up Matt Weller, the designated player here in this one. Number 4, batting in the 4 spot. That one lined to the second baseman, but the ball gets away on the throw. That's going to allow both runners to advance as they almost had Brancho doubled off, but the throw just errant. So Weller, the rarely utilized sacrifice line out. We're just going to watch a quick replay of that one. Is that a nice play there by Weeb? Weeb, the toss over, just kind of shot put that one over. So L6 for the second out. Runners advance. We have runners on second and third for Mikey Walker, the catcher for the Batman. Good swing from Walker as he looks pretty amped up in there. Takes a hot lap. That one in there, the drop ball for a strike. So it wasn't a strike. A little bit of confusion for both teams on the field. Emphatic ball call from our home plate umpire. Two-one the count here to Walker. Runners at second and third. So the Batmen threatening early here against the Saskatoon Jacks, who are looking to avoid surrendering any runs here as Nick Patrick deals. That one fouled back. Going to get a chunk of the catcher and home plate umpire. And runs the count to 2-2. Two-two the count to Walker. Long look in from Nick Patrick as he gets a sign. And another foul ball as Walker stays alive. And then goes for a stroll, a purposeful stroll out of the box. Another 2-2 pitch here. And that one going to be hit into the gap, tracking it back, not going to get it as that one bounces to the fence. One run has come in to score. The other has come in to score as Danny Scott crosses the plate. And a two-run double for Mikey Walker has staked the Toronto Batman U23 squad to a quick 2-0 lead. That's going to ring up Nolan Baltana, first baseman for the Batmen with a runner in scoring position, two gone. Ball two, taken by Baltana. That one going to be flared out into right. Handled out there by Logan Newman for the third out of the inning, but not before the damage was done. Toronto Batman jumping all over the Saskatoon Jacks here with a pair of runs, courtesy a Mikey Walker double. And the team in purple and gold stakes himself out to a 2-0 lead here in the third game of the day from Glencoe. You're watching the ISC World Tournament here live on Softball Premier TV. So as we prepare to head into the bottom half of the first inning, let's take a look at our offensive and defensive configurations here for both squads. For the Saskatoon Jacks, the home team, Brant Weed, the shortstop, leading off. Andrew Kutnikoff, the left fielder, batting second. Matt Kutnikoff batting third. Justin Laskowski in right field. Batting fourth, Max Major batting fifth. Nick Moore in the sixth spot. Darren McCullough, the DP, in the seventh spot. Ryan Bicknell in the eighth spot. And Will Major rounding things out, the second baseman. Across the diamond here defensively for the Batmen. We have Danny Scott in left. Branchout in center field. Nick McGrain in right field. At third base, Riley Good. Shortstop, Blake Brubacher. Alex McGilvery, the second baseman, and Nolan Bultana at first. Our battery, Mikey Walker and Dale Schweier. Schweier, a big lefty on the mound, as you see him there. Digging in. So far, 7.5 ERA, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched. Surrendered 5 hits. As that one in high for a ball, the rise ball, not catching a plate there to lead things off as Brant Weeb steps in for his first at bat of the day. Weeb swinging second pitch as he saw something he liked, just a little bit late on it as he fouls that hard into the screen on the right side. Ball taken inside, going to run the count to 2-1 on Weeb. Swing and a miss on a good rise ball on the inside half from Schweier. Going to even the count at 2-2. Ooh, that one way up inside. Weeb does a good job of getting out of the way of that one. It's going to run the count full 3-2. That one chopped to second base. Handled there nicely by Alex McGilvery. Nice play on over to Nolan Bultana for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Andrew Kutnikoff, the left fielder for the Jacks. Takes that one outside for ball one. Looks like that was a little change of pace on the drag bunt attempt there that kept Kutnikoff off balance from Schweier. Good drop ball. That one rolls back fair. Not going to be in time to get the speedy Kutnikoff, so spun that one just right, did Kutnikoff, as he's on with the first hit here for the Jacks. See the replay. That thing starts in foul territory, bounces twice, and just gets on the right side of that white line. So couldn't have drawn it up any better if he tried. Kutnikoff on. We got a base runner here for the Jacks, and that brings up Matthew Kutnikoff. A little bit tardy making contact with that one as it's fouled hard to the left side. Logan Newman waiting on deck. Andrew Kutnikoff, the runner at first base. Another foul ball back to the screen. Schweier way ahead here. 0-2 count to the Jacks first baseman. That one.
Now batting, right fielder, number 23.
And Kutnikoff not pleased with that call. That one catching the outside corner for a strikeout looking. So we see that ball come across and freeze the Jacks first baseman for the second out of the inning. Schwer now working to Logan Newman, who chops it to the pitcher. A little bit of a bobble. Going to get it over in time as Volterra takes it for the out. So 1-3 in the scorebooks. Not a prototypical 1-2-3 inning, but a tidy outing so far from Schweier nonetheless. And that's going to take us to the visitor half of the second inning, with the Batmen leading the Jacks 2-0 here on Softball Premier TV. You are watching the ISC 2026 World Tournaments.
After 152 innings,
Off to the top of the second, the right fielder Nick McGrain coming up, number 78. Oh, we got a little fan shot there as we see the next team coming up here. Just waiting for this one to end. It's going to be the Townsend Tide waiting in the wings as they wait to play STK fastball in the nightcap here. We are a little behind schedule just as a result of games going long and of course, the opening ceremony taking place this afternoon around 5:30 over at the Bear Creek facility. But we are underway as that one chopped up the middle. That's going to be out of reach, so a nice job by Nick McGrain to get himself a base knock and lead things off here in the second inning with a base runner for the Batmen.
Good.
That's going to bring up Riley Good, the third baseman. A lot of people ask how Riley is. I always say Riley is good. Sorry about that. That one going to be chopped to the third baseman. Tough play for Major as he comes across. Makes a nice play as Good advances the runner to second. Put a check mark next to that one. It's a nice play from the third baseman, Max Major. Major, a guy that can do it all over the field. Seen him catch multiple games. Nice to see him over at the hot corner here, as that's going to be Blake Brubaker coming up here. Shortstop for the Batmen. His first at bat. One away. Runner at second base, so it's a run-scoring opportunity here for the Batmen. Swing and a miss, going to even the count at 1-1 here to Brubaker. That one fouled straight back. Catches a piece of our home plate umpire. Patrick ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one gets away from Moore. He scrambles to get it, but not in time as McGrain's going to ramble over to third base there. So just 60 feet separating the Batmen and another run. Brubaker with a seeing eye single that's going to score a run as he rounds first base. Nice piece of hitting there from the shortstop for the Batmen. He's got himself an RBI single.
Tyler Branchout.
That's going to bring us back to the top of the shop here for Tyler Branchout. Fun fact, Tyler's dad is Mike Branchout, the CEO of Softball Canada. And an even more fun fact, Mike was a member of the King's Court. Yes, that's right, Eddie Feiner. Mike played on that team for a number of years, I believe starting in the 80s, which is quite a feat. Tyler now blazing his own path in the softball world here as a leadoff hitter and center fielder for the Batmen. He takes that one for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Branchout, another base hit. That one is going to get down. Throw coming in, cut off, not in time as Branchout takes second base. Tyler now 2 for 2 in his 2 trips.
Second baseman, number 5, Alex McGillivray.
Brubaker over to third on the single from Branchout. That'll bring up Alex McGillivray, strikeout victim back in the first. He'll be looking to make good here with 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 away for the Batmen here in the top of the second inning. McGillivray takes that one for strike 1. That one skipped in, not far enough away to bring that runner home, though. Two runners on, just 1 out here. Second baseman Alec McGillivray stands in there with a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss at that drop ball. Runs the count to 1-2. Takes that one inside to even the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, gets strike 3. As McGillivray goes down, swinging for the second time in this game. That's going to bring up Danny Scott, who scored a run back in the first after he took a walk. So we'll see that strike 3, that drop ball. Too good to lay off. McGillivray goes down, swinging for the second time. Danny Scott coming up now in the 3 spot. Scott worked himself a walk back in the first inning and scored the second of 2 runs here, as he takes strike 1 from Nick Patrick. Don't quite want to call that an emergency hack, but just a reach out and touch one kind of swing from Danny Scott. Fouls that one off. Falls behind 0-2 here to Patrick. Two big runners out there. Be a win for Patrick if he could get his Jacks back in the house here without those 2 runs scoring. And that's exactly what he does. Gets his second strikeout of the inning as Scott goes down swinging. We are off to the bottom of the second inning as we take one look at that one. Swing and a miss from Scott, so 2 runners left on base. That's going to bring up the Jacks here as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Saskatoon giving up 1 more run. They are now down 3-0 after 1.5 innings. We'll be right back here on Softball Premier TV. So Max Major going to lead things off here for the Saskatoon Jacks from the left side. The third baseman stepping in for his first at-bat here.
Number 4, left field, number 19, Danny Scott, designated player.
Major going to slap that one out to left, but playing in the right spot is Danny Scott. Actually, he might have been part of that change that was made. That might have been Wheeler.
Now batting for the Jacks, catcher number 9, Nick Moore.
So I think they might have just switched positions. That one missing just outside. Nice low rise there from Schweier. Nick Moore, the catcher, in for his first plate appearance of the evening. He stands in against Schweier. Pours in a drop ball there for strike 2, 1-2 the count. That one in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. That one just misses on the outside corner. Mikey Walker, the catcher, was ready to throw it down. Three-two the count here to the catcher Nick Moore as he swings over top of the drop ball. Moore goes down swinging for the second strikeout of the evening.
Number 27, Darren McCullough.
That's going to bring up the designated player Darren McCullough. That one chopped, going to go foul. So McCullough quickly behind 0-1. Good eye. As McCullough takes that one down for ball one, 1-1. Schweier still dialing in his command here in this one. So that one fouled away by McCullough. Can even things at 2-2. Two pitch from Swire. High chopper to the shortstop. Takes his time and fires it across the diamond for the third out. And the Jacks go down in order in that one, as Schweier just keeps on rolling. So the Batmen coming up here. Weller, Walker, and Baltina due up in the visitor half of the third inning. You are watching the ISC World Tournament, the 80th version of this event, here on Softball Premier TV. So we are here in the third half, the top half of the third inning is what I was trying to say. It's a long break. Definitely feel like I'm catching up a little bit here as this game is moving along quickly. Matt Weller leading things off. He lined out the designated player, but it was a sacrifice line out. First time I've ever seen that, as the throwback to get Branchowed was a little off target and ended up with runners at second and third, which later ended up turning into runs for the Batmen. Two of them, to be precise, back in the first inning, as that one hit hard. Patrick, nice play there by the pitcher as he sticks the glove out. Gets the ground out to start things off for the first out.
Number 51, Mikey Walker.
We'll see that again. Hard ground ball right back to the pitcher, right back to the pitcher, just flashes the glove out there to snag it. So Mikey Walker in there. Walker might be the most intense batter up there I've seen. He said it takes about 7 or 8 hard steps out of the dugout. Out of the batter's box after he swings. He is locked in, not breaking eye contact with the pitcher. But it's worked for him. He is 1 for 1 in this one with a double and a pair of RBIs back in the first. He was stranded at second in that inning, but not after he had done some damage. That one in the dirt. Nice pick there by Nick Moore. That one in the dirt. That's going to run the count to 3-1 on Walker. If I'm reading that body language right, Walker is looking to do some violence to this ball here on a 3-1 count. Just misses having a base hit as Brant Wiebe has to do a little bit of a crow hop to pick that one up. Good contact there from Walker, but right at the infielder. That's going to bring up Nolan Baltana. Tana flew out to end the first inning in his first at bat, out to right field. Finds himself ahead in the count here, 2-0. In the third, Patrick up to 45 pitches here, looking to get out of the inning without having to throw too many more. Healthy cut there from Baltina. Swing and a miss here with 2 outs. Fouled straight back to the screen, evens the count at 2-2. Patrick took a step towards the dugout, thinking he might add strike 3, but not according to our home plate umpire, which runs the count full now, 3-2. And another one fouled back to the screen, so we will do that all over again. Is this at bat being extended here up to 7 pitches? That's a near miss out in the stands there, as that one took a funny hop straight up off this backstop and into the crowd. Payoff pitch, that one hit well to center field, going back and gone. Nolan Baltana, the first baseman for the Toronto Batmen, showing that he is a Batman as we have a home run horn introduced out here. All of a sudden, there's a little ambiance here at the ballpark. So the Batmen have scored in every inning so far, as that is a 4-0 lead here for the team in purple and gold. And that's going to bring up Nick McGrain, who scored a run last inning. It's all happening here with 2 outs. As McGrain had a single, we're going to see a quick replay of that home run. Just solid contact there as that one flying out of the yard to center field. Must feel good for that young man to trot around the bases in front of his friends and family. Real solid at bat there as he saw, I think that was the 9th pitch of the at bat. That was good. Nick McGrain looking to keep things going here. As I mentioned, 1 for 1 in this one. The right fielder for this Batman squad. Swing and a miss as McGrain goes down swinging, but a little more damage done as we'll take one more look at this Nick Baltana home run to center field. So Jaime over here is not only our technical director, he's turned into the DJ at the park here. Not sure if you can see it there, but Mikey Walker, the catcher for the Batman, grooving to that song. At least he's having fun over there. He's got the shades on, he's got the backwards hat. He's curating a vibe for us, which we love to see. Dale Schweier settling in here for his third inning of work. He's been staked a 4-0 lead as the Batmen have scored in every inning. Ryan Bicknell here from the left side. As that hard drop ball comes off. Bicknell just pulled off a little with his front half there. 1-1 the count to the center fielder here for the Saskatoon Jacks. That bunt laid down. Left-hander over there, but he beats it out. Schweier, a little bit of an advantage when fielding the ball there as the lefty can pick up and turn, but Bicknell just too fast up the line. That's going to be a bunt single for the speedy center fielder, and that's going to bring up the bottom of the order here, Will Major for the Jacks. Second baseman. Again, another speed merchant here. Here's the runner going right away, bobbled. Strike called, but that would have had to have been a perfect transfer and throw from Mikey Walker. Unfortunately, he bobbled it, so that's a stolen base for Bicknell. And now a runner in scoring position without having a sacrifice. Swing and a miss from Major for strike two. He finds himself in an 0-2 hole here against Dale Schweier. Oh. Scary situation there as Major took that one in the helmet, a hard rise ball. You can see no intent there from Schweier as he comes in, concern on his face. Not what you want to see as a pitcher. That one hit right on the front side there. Major up. See Darren Smale out there, the trainer for the Batman, just checking on the young man, making sure. No pain in the neck. I think Major might have angled the neck a little bit there. He's flexing his jaw. Obvious concern in the park here for this young man, as that is a scary pitch coming up and in. Part of the game. That's a tough kid. Will Major's going to head down to first base. Just a quick conversation between he and Schweier. Schweier probably saying, hey, man, no intent there. Didn't mean to do that. But with nobody out, that is two runners on here for the Jacks. So first good opportunity for Saskatoon to potentially put some runs on the board as we turn the order over. It's Brant Weeb there as he squares the bunt. Pulls back. Just looking to induce a little movement. See if he can't manufacture something here for Saskatoon. Softly fouled down the right side. That's going to hit the screen for strike two. 0-2 now the count on the leadoff hitter, Weeb. Weeb 0 for 1 in this one as he had a ground out to start things off here for the Jacks in the bottom half of the first inning. Again, big opportunity here for Saskatoon. Nobody out, 2 on. As he takes that rise ball high for ball 1, 1-2. Swing and a miss on a good high riding rise ball. As Weeb goes down swinging for the first out. And now the responsibility coming to Andrew Kutnikoff, the left fielder. 1 for 1 so far with a single, but he was stranded back in the first. Swings through that rise ball for strike 1. I mean, obviously, the worst of that hit by pitch. Major's going to feel the brunt of that. As that one popped up, good effort there from Mikey Walker. He's obviously disappointed, and now he's covered in dirt as well, but great effort by the catcher. Almost gets a piece of that one with the glove. Well, it does get a piece, just can't get a hold of it. So that one popped up. Tough play there for the catcher for the Batmen. Swing and a miss as Kutnikoff goes down for the second out.
First baseman number 3,
As I was saying, you know, Major bore the brunt of that one. That's a tough play, getting hit in the head like that. But that can also, you know, play emotionally, mentally on the pitcher. Again, maybe you don't want to make that mistake again. Maybe you don't trust your rise ball after that, after you hit a guy with that one. But good bounce back here. If that one hit up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. Here comes a speedy Bicknell coming around to score. No chance there. Throw to third base. Not in time. As Bicknell comes around to score, Major didn't affect his legs as he's down there with a hustle play to third base. And that's Matt Kutnikoff with an RBI double, getting the Jacks on the board. 4-1 now the score. Good hard drop ball. Appeals the swing down to third base, and yes, it seems that Logan Newman did go around. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That one gets away. Runner coming home. The throw not in time. Good effort from the pitcher Schweiers. He is down in a bit of a heap. Ooh, and he looks like he's injured. He's pointing to his knee. Difficult play there as he had to jump, caught his leg on the runner as Major slides in safely, and Schweier obviously in some difficulty here on the ground. Good to see that young man up. As obviously he's perspiring a bit. He's going to test that knee out just to see if he's okay. Walking a little bit gingerly as we take another look at that one. Just catches the knee and then again catches it on the way down. And I think that's going to be the end of the night here for Schweiers. They don't want to take any chances here with him. He goes directly to Darren Smale's table. Like Looks like we have a pitching change upcoming. It is going to be number 33, Joe Weller, coming in place of Dale Schweier. We're just going to take a quick break here as Weller warms up. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more ISC action. So Joe Wheeler, the new pitcher, after that scary play there, has taken Dale Schweier out of this game. Kind of see him just out of the corner of my eye over there on Dale's table. In good hands. Joseph Weiler coming in here. Mid at bat here to Logan Newman as Newman fouls that one back to the screen. So how will this change the complexion of the game? 4-2 now the score as Bicknell and Major both scored here. 2 out. Kutnikoff over at third base as the umpires just debate this count here. 2-2. That one fouled away by Logan Newman. Rise ball, runs the count full as that one misses high. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter, Newman. Still 1 run out there on the base paths as he hits that one high with 2 out. Runner's going to go on contact, and that one is caught out there. For the 3rd out. So, a couple of runs here for the Jacks. Gets him back into this game on the scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break here as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. The score now 4-2 in favor of the Toronto Batmen. Folks, we got a ball game on our hands. Don't go anywhere. So, new complexion to this one as the Jacks add a couple of runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're off to the top of the 4th. Riley Good coming up here, the 3rd baseman for the Batmen. Had a ground out, but a productive one. Nice play by Max Major back in the 2nd inning. 2nd plate appearance here for Good in the 4th. Good manages to check his swing. Evens the count at 1-1. Takes that one on the inner half for strike two. 1-2 now the count. That one fouled away as Goody, as they call him, stays alive. Nick Patrick grinding through this start. He's given up some hits, including a solo home run to Nolan Baltena in the last offensive inning for the Batmen. That one's in the dirt. Going to even the count, I believe, at 2-2. But that one in the dirt going to make the count full. 3-2 now. As I said, a lot of deep counts here for Patrick. As he continues to battle for his Saskatoon Jacks team, maybe finding a little energy in that last offensive inning after his team got a couple of runs for him. Paints the inside corner with that one as Good goes down looking. That's the fifth strikeout on the evening for Patrick, because that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Blake Brubacher. Brubacher with an RBI single back in the second inning that scored Nick McGrain. That one hit softly to short. Throw across from Weeb. Gets Brubacher for the second out of the inning. Smooth play there by the Jack shortstop. That is going to bring us back to the top of the order to Tyler Branchard, who's got a pair of hard hit singles here. 1 run scored. See if Nick Patrick can find an answer to Branch out here. Swing and a miss there for strike one. 1-1 the count to Brancho. Takes strike two, so nice job by Patrick working ahead here. Now he's got a couple of pitches to play with here to see if he can get Brancho to chase. Alex McGilvery waiting on deck. Brancho stays alive as he fouls that one straight back to the screen. Brancho just shortening up on the bat a little bit with 2 strikes here. Patrick just missed with that one on the inner half. Brancho staying alive. Sun has gone down enough here that the lights are starting to sync with our cameras. So you can see that image nice and sharp from behind home plate. Brancho, foul tip into the glove of Nick Moore. Nice job of Moore to squeeze that as Brancho goes down for the first time this evening. And so the first 1-2-3 inning of the evening here for Nick Patrick. And after 3.5, It's the Batmen 4, the Saskatoon Jacks 2, folks. Looks like we got a ball game in our on our hands here. Don't go anywhere. This is the ISC World Tournament on Softball Premier TV. So Max Major comes to the plate here for the Saskatoon Jacks here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Major, a hard hit line drive, which was caught for an out. That was back in the second inning. Major's second trip to the plate here. Talked about it in Kelowna with Blair Setford. Major has that old school kind of approach as that one fouled off. Inside dipper, it looks like, from Joe Wheeler. Major, no gloves. Just up there gripping and ripping. And a bit of an unorthodox stance. We'll see it in this shot here. Puts his weight on his back leg. Front leg extended out in front of him. And the word I think of when I see Major up there at the plate, bit of a throwback, which you love to see. That one getting away from Mikey Walker behind the dish there, bounced in, evens the count 2-2. Good pitch on the outer half, fouled away. Looks like a good supply of K-Masters in stock over there in the game control tent, the bat testing tent. There's another one fouled up and out of play by Major as he battles in this at bat with the count remaining 2-2. Of course, the K-Masters are I believe they're Rawlings balls now. Used to be a Worth product, but really nice, tight seams on them. The ball of choice for many tournaments and leagues across North America. 3-2 the count now to Major, as he fouls yet another one back to the screen. So he continues to battle. Good battle here between Wheeler and Major. Major just looking for something that he can handle and drive out into the outfield. Saskatoon would love to have Major on the base paths here. Checks the swing. He did, says the third base umpire. So Major goes down swinging for the first out, and Wheeler notched that battle in favor of the pitcher. One away here. See that great angle here from our PTZ camera, and yes, the wrists did break coming across. It broke the plane of the plate as Wheeler paints the corner with the drop ball on the outer half here to Nick Moore, the catcher. 0 for 1. Struck out swinging back in the second inning. Paints the corner with another drop ball. So low and away 2 times. Let's see what Weiler does here. 0-2 the count to Nick Moore. Goes even further out. I don't want to say a waste pitch, but you've gone there 2 times. Let's see if we can get a swing here. 1-2. Up and in. Moore wisely got the chin out of the way on that one. 2-2 now the count. Low spinner, it looked like. There's Weiler. Gets his second strikeout of the inning.
Now batting designated player number 27, Darren McCullough.
You see Nick Moore go down swinging there. That's going to bring up Darren McCullough, the designated player in this one. Takes that one high for ball one. Outside drop ball called for strike one, 1-1. It's a little worried the Batmen were going to run away with this one, as that's a big swing from McCullough for strike two. But the Jacks have hung around, the Saskatoon Jacks have hung around in here. Really nice job by Nick Patrick to really bear down. He seems to be settling in here in the middle goings of this one, as McCullough fouls another one out of play here to keep the count 1-2. That one down and in for ball two, 2-2. Darren McCullough, the brother of Devin McCullough, certainly a familial resemblance there. Fortunately, McCullough, who would be with JDT Energy in this one. So that one served out into left, handled nicely by the left fielder out there for the third out of the inning. As I was saying, Devin McCullough hurt, not available. I may just killing it with the song selection. A little Shania Twain for the folks here at the ballpark. Alex McGilvery coming up here to lead things off, the number 2 hitter. A couple of strikeouts in this one. He takes strike one from Patrick. As I said, Patrick looks like he's kind of settled into a bit of a groove here through the middle going of this one. A couple of strikeouts in the 4th, now into the 5th, and a swing and a miss from McGilvery. Finds himself down to the count 0-2. It's funny how certain hitters see certain pitchers better than others. McGilvery just scoots out of the way of that one as that one's inside for ball one. Think of a guy hitting in the number 2 spot here. McGilvery seems to maybe not see Patrick as well, or Patrick's ball is just moving right out of that bat path as that one fouled away. So McGilvery staying alive here, maybe in this 3rd trip. He's feeling a little bit better. Interesting to see that here in the 3rd time through the lineup that Patrick is really kind of locked in. Strike 3 looking. McGilvery goes down for the first out here in the top of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up Danny Scott. Walked and scored back in the first, struck out in the second. That one going to be flared up and out of play down the right side. And Patrick working ahead well here to this Batman lineup. That one hit hard down the line. Coach had to dance out of the way of that one. That one chopped to the pitcher. Patrick going to turn and fire over there. Nice play as he swings it over to Kutnikoff for the second out of the inning.
Now batting left fielder number 4.
That's going to bring up Matt Wheeler, who's lined out and grounded out to the pitcher here in this one. 0 for 2 so far. Wheeler in the 4 spot. Sure, the Batmen are hoping for some production here from him. That's going to be chopped high. Tough plays. Major comes across, throws across his body to get the out. Nice defensive play there. As Wheeler goes down, first pitch swinging. So, as I said, a couple of solid innings here from Nolan Patrick has steadied the ship for the Jacks as they continue to trail by 2 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning in this one. You're watching ISC fastball action here on Softball Premier TV.
Leading up for the Jacks, center fielder number 16, Ryan Bicknell.
Ryan Bicknell to get things underway here for the Jacks in the home half of the 5th inning. Bicknell had a single in his last at-bat. Ended up scoring the first run here. Also had a stolen base once he reached first, as that's a swing and a miss. High drop ball comes in for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Coming up here on 9 o'clock as Bicknell shows drag bunt, but pulls the bat back on that rise ball to take ball 2. 2-1 the count. That one in for a strike as Bicknell again takes a couple of steps there, looking to maybe slap the ball. That one fouled straight back to the screen as Bicknell stays alive in this at bat here. 2-2 remains the count. Takes that one high. Runs the count to 3-2. Good at bat here from Bicknell as he stands in there. That one in for strike 3 as he swings and misses at that. Bicknell goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Now batting second baseman, number 7, Will Major.
And Will Major coming up here for the Jacks. Scary moment in his last at bat as he got hit in the head. As he takes strike 1. It's Dale Schweier, the pitcher of record at that point. Seems none the worse for wear, though, thankfully. Tries to check his swing. We do have a swing. Peel down to first base. 1-1 the count. 0-2 the count. Apologies. Taken outside for ball 1. Now it's 1-2. Grant Weeb waiting on deck. He will get a swing in this inning. Count now even 2-2 to Major. And all the way back. Count now full. Jacks would love a base runner here as they turn the order over. That one going to be hit hard the other way, just out of the reach of the right fielder, and the speedster Major on his way to third. The cutoff comes in. Wager standing up with a triple. Nice at bat there for Major. He goes with the pitch and drives it to right field on a line. You can tell right out of the box, Major thinking 3 all the way, hits second base, slows up about 2/3 of the way there. That's going to bring up Brant Weeb with the runner in scoring position, and just 1 away in this one. So a big run standing on third base. That one taken for a ball low. Another one low. 0-2 the count here to the leadoff hitter, Weeb. Grant Weeb 0 for 2 in this one with a ground out and a strikeout. And ball 3, so good at bat here. Weeb can be patient in this situation, look for something to drive. Takes strike 1. 99% of that time, that'll be an auto take for most hitters. As Weed takes a healthy cut at that one and fouls it back to load the count here. Full count, 3-2. Another foul ball as Weeb extends the at-bat here. Six pitch at bat here from Weeb. And on the 7th, he works himself a walk. So now runners at the corners with the tying run on base. And then it's going to bring up Andrew Kutnikoff. 1 for 2 in this one with a single and a strikeout. Single came back in the first inning. We'll see if there's something on here from the Jacks with runners at the corners. It was a good time to start our runner. And Weeb's going to trot down to second base uncontested. So 2 in scoring position here with 1 away. And time going to be called here as Mikey Walker goes out to talk to his pitcher just to make sure they're on the same page here. I would imagine they're going to be using an alternate set of signs here with the runner on second who'll be peering in, trying to gain any advantage he can. That one in for a strike on Kutnikoff. Looks like they have started the STK game on the other diamond just in terms of saving some time, as that one almost taken off Matthew Kutnikoff's head there as the helmet pops off, as Kutnikoff had to flinch out of the way of that one. So, organizers turning me into a liar as they have the other diamond going. SDK's fastball and the Townsend Tide getting started on G2. Unfortunately, we won't have that game after this one, as our streaming setup is set up here, as that is a strikeout for Joe Wheeler. Nice job at digging deep, getting Andrew Kutnikoff swinging on that one.
Now batting first baseman number 3, Matthew.
And there are 2 out here in the inning, as we see Matthew just swinging underneath that rise ball. Good pitch from Wheeler. So, again, high leverage situation. Matthew Kutnikoff is going to take the intentional walk to load the bases.
Now batting right fielder number 23, Logan Newman.
And now Logan Newman going to be wanting to do some damage, as the Batman said, we want him. And tried to do it with that swing. Big hack there from the right fielder for the Jacks there on the first pitch, swinging under the rise ball for strike 1. That ball low, just squeaking away from Walker, who's on top of it quickly. Especially for a guy in the 4 spot, I'm sure Newman is going to be extra eager to put the ball in play, to hit something here. Especially in a big tournament like this. Takes that one just up. Two and one now to count to Newman. This will be the biggest at bat of the tournament here for the Jacks, with the bases loaded, 2 gone here. Takes that one, and that's going to run the count to 3-1. So a good hitter's count here. Of course, walk is as good as a hit here. There's nowhere to put Newman. That one hit a mile high in the air, but coming in for it is the center fielder, tracks back a couple steps and makes the play. So Newman just getting underneath that one, and the Jacks strand 3. Nice job by the Batman pitcher, Joe Wheeler, there to get the 3rd out of the inning without any damage being done. We are off to the top of the 6th inning. The Toronto Batmen U23 leading the Saskatoon Jacks 4-2 in this one. Don't go anywhere. This will be an exciting finish. I'll guarantee it. So here we are, top of the 6th inning. The Toronto Batmen due up. Get things underway for us is Mikey Walker. Walker making good contact tonight. Had a 2-run double back in the first inning. Stake the Batman out to a 2-0 lead. Lined out in the third. And up here in the 6th. As swing and a miss there for strike one. That one fouled off into the feet of Nick Moore. Walker quickly in a hole, 0-2 here. Up to 76 pitches now is Nick Patrick on the evening. As I mentioned, he's really locked in for a bit of a shaky start. Managing to get some strikeouts here. Get some help from his defense. Bit of soft contact there. Is that one taken just inside? Patrick, I think, probably wanted that one. Walker holds up. That one's going to be served out into left field for a single. Walker rounding, but nowhere to go as he stays at first. So second knock of the night for Mikey Walker to lead things off here in the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Nolan Baltena as we take a look at that single from Walker. Just a nice piece of hit and going with it. Keeping that front side in and just laying the bat on it to serve the line drive out into left. So Walker going to be lifted here for a pinch runner. 51 out, 21 coming in. It's like Kevin Gibbons coming in here to pinch run. And in Nolan Baltena's last at bat, he went big to center field, a big fly, so to speak, as he squares to bunt. Just gets a piece of that one straight back into Nick Moore's glove. Can't get the bunt down. Strike one. Baltena looking down to third for the signal. And with one on and nobody out here, Batman would love to put someone into scoring position as that one bunted foul. So quickly, Baltena finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Can't get the job done on the sacrifice. That one hit to the right side. Kutnikoff gets it there, but off the bag covering was Major. He had to jump for that throw, so fielder's choice. Sees just a little switch out as Nolan Baltena now the runner at first base after he beat that out. So Baltena as well lifted for a pinch runner, number 55. Jeremy Breton coming in here to run. One away here, runner at first base for the Batmen. That one going to be chopped but foul. Nick McGreen had a single back in his first at bat. Ended up coming around to score. The right fielder, number 78 here for the Batmen, up in another big spot here for them as they look to add. That one squeezes away from Moore. Runner's going to get down to second base, so no sacrifice needed there. So a runner in scoring position here for Toronto with one away. Top of the 6th inning. Things coming to a head here at Glencoe Park number 1 at the ISC 2026 World Tournament. Swing and a miss there. Good hard drop ball from Patrick. As McGrane swinging over top of it. 1-2 now the count. That one chopped down, going to make contact with McGrane in the box, so ruled dead by the home plate umpire. Count will remain 1-2. Patrick up to 84 pitches in this one in the top of the 6th. Said it a couple times. He has bounced back well after giving up some runs early, but he's really settled into a groove here. That off-speed pitch out in front was McGrane, but he managed just to foul it off down the right or the left side. Good battle here in the late going of this one. Saskatoon Jacks trailing the Toronto Batmen 4-2. Foul tip off Nick Moore. Sounds like it might have caught him on the mask, maybe on one of the hard parts of his chest protector. Well protected back there, though. And so the count remains 1-2. Swing and a miss. Patrick gets him for the second out. Big strikeout of Nick McGrane for the second out of the inning.
Now batting third baseman number 22, Riley Good.
That'll bring up Riley Good, 0 for 2 in this one. Good has a ground out and a strikeout looking in this one. Foul tip, bounces off the catcher into fair territory. And Nick Moore taking a bit of a beating back there as he walks it off. Looks like that one hit him in the forearm. That one laced foul down the right side, out of play. And Good finds himself down in the count 0-2 here. As Patrick, 88 pitches on the cusp of 90. Fouled back. Another one off of the poor catcher, Nick Moore. He is just getting abused back there in this inning. Umpire giving him a little bit of leeway there as he walks that one off. Said it a couple times today in the previous games. You got to be a little bit ignorant, bit of a masochist maybe, to play back there as you are getting hit by foul tips. Sometimes your pitcher will cross you up. You're going to get abused. A wry smile from the home plate umpires. He knows. He's the only other guy facing that same direction as Nick Moore is. Moore did a great job tonight. In there for strike 3. Patrick gets Good looking. So the threat is averted. We are off to the bottom of the 6th inning. Saskatoon looking to strike as they trail by 2 here from Glencoe Field number 1. You're watching ISC World Tournament action live on Softball Premier TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Max Major leading things off here for the Saskatoon Jacks. Major, good contact in his first at bat, but that was caught out in left field. Struck out back in the 4th. So here in the 6th, the big spot here for Major is that one taken outside. The offering from Wheeler, the first one to Major in this 6th inning. Jacks down to their last 6 outs here as they have to claw back into this one. Rise ball taken high for ball 2. Healthy cut there from Major on the rise ball as he swings underneath that one for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. STK fastball and the Townsend Tide underway over on Glencoe 2, so we will not be bringing you that one after this. Just in terms of expediency, I think the organizers decided we have an open field. Might as well play that game as Major swings through the rise ball there for strike 2. Major lifts that one out into center field, tracking in his brand show, catches it in the gap for out number 1. Major getting a good piece of that one, but keeping it in the park for the first out. Nice play there by Brancho, going a long ways. You're going to see on the replay here. Playing pretty much straight up. That ball tailing away from the center fielder. That is going to bring up Nick Moore, the catcher here, with one away for the Jacks. That one fouled up and out of play on the left side. Left-handed hit Moore. Maybe a little tardy on that one. Couple of strikeouts for Moore in this one, looking to get himself into the positives. As that one fouled straight back. Came right back into the screen. Probably would have hit me in the coconut there if that chain link weren't in the way. Ooh, Walker looking to throw that one down. That one just missing off the outside corner. 1-2 now the count. Swing and a miss. Moore goes down for the 3rd strikeout of the game for the catcher, and that's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Rise ball in high for ball 1 to the designated player, Darren McCullough. McCullough takes that draw ball in for strike 1, 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss from McCullough there, 0-2. Sorry, 1-2 the count here to the designated player McCullough. Wheeler, the delivery, fouled back. As Walker tracks that one down. Ryan Bicknell waiting on deck here for the Jacks. That one misses high and outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count here as McCullough working it back into his favor. That one going to be hit high but playable. Oh, almost overrunning that. Was Good. Riley Good coming in to make the play. And so just like that, we are through the home half of the 6th inning. We are down to our final inning of play here for this one. U23 Toronto Batmen leading the Jacks by a score of 4-2 here from Glencoe Field number 1 at the ISC 2026 World Tournament. Make sure you come back. We've got the culmination of this one coming up here as Nick Patrick comes out for his 7th inning of work. We'll be right back. So 9-1-2 due up here in the top of the 7th for the Toronto Batmen. Blake Brubacher coming in for his 3rd trip to the plate. He had an RBI single back in the 2nd. Found out in the 4th. 1 for 2 so far, Blake Brubacher. Batmen would love to add a run or two here just as a little added insurance. So that one comes in high for ball 1. Shows you how important those first pitch strikes are in a situation like this. That one fouled up and out of play just to the right. One on the count here to Brubacher, the number 9 hitter for the Batmen. Brubacher going to chop that one. Tough play for Majors. He scoops it up, makes the throw over there. Nice defensive effort there by Max Major for the putout.
Center fielder number 15, Tyler Branchow.
That's going to bring up Tyler Branchow. Branchow 2 for 3. A couple of singles, a run scored, and a strikeout in this one. Strikeout coming back in the 4th. So that's a healthy cut there from Branchow. Taken inside for ball 1, 1-1. Branchow fouls that one hard back into the screen, just to our right, bounces over to the left side. Patrick pointing at his, Nick Moore pointing at his pitcher, Nick Patrick. Likes the location and, I guess, selection of that pitch. 1-2 the count here. Brancho 2 for 3 in this one, looking to do some damage here in the top of the 7th. Checks his swing, holds up. That's going to run the count even, 2-2. Real close on that one, taken inside. It's going to run the count full. 3-2 here to the leadoff hitter, Brancho. Fans voicing their displeasure. Thought that one was strike 3. Taken outside for ball 4, so good job by Brancho. Working that count and getting himself aboard with a walk. That's going to bring up number 14, Connor Page, in the game for Alex McGilvery. McGilvery, tough night at the plate as he had a trio of strikeouts. So Page getting a shot here as a pinch hitter. Taken for strike 1. One away here, top of the 7th inning. Saskatoon Jacks trailing the Toronto Batmen by 2. That one squared and bunted foul. Connor Page, the pinch hitter, number 14. Oh, 2 here to count. As Patrick now surpassing 100 pitches here on this outing. Runner going chopped down the first base side, taking a funny hop on Matthew Kutnikoff as that squeaks under his glove, but just foul. If that had stayed fair, it had trouble written all over it. Brancho with a running start from first. I would have expected him to be trying to score on that one. So it would have been a long run for the right fielder. Swing and a miss, hard break from Brancho. That's going to be a strikeout for the second out. Brancho didn't end up going anywhere. So 2 gone here for Danny Scott, the designated player, as he comes up. So yes, Scott would have switched into the DP role. Weller, number 4, now playing out in the field there. Brancho goes, not much of a chance for Moore as that one skips away, but not far enough for Brancho to go anywhere else. So a stolen base for the center fielder for the Batmen. Brancho showcasing that speed he has. And now going to be some laundry to be done as he is covered in that fine kind of khaki-colored dirt out there on the field. But a runner in scoring position for Danny Scott now. Swing and a miss from Scott. His count evens at 1-1. That one gets away. Brancho going to sneak over to third base, so just 60 feet away. As Scott now down 1-2 in the count as he kind of waved at that one. 1-2 the count here. 2 away, runner at third for the Batmen in the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss gets him. Nick Patrick working himself out of trouble with the strikeout. So we're off to the bottom of the 7th inning here from Glencoe Field number 1. Saskatoon Jacks trail the Toronto Batmen by a score of 4-2. Don't go anywhere. 3 outs to decide this game. We'll be right back on Softball Premier TV. Ryan Bicknell coming up here to get things underway here for the Saskatoon Jacks. Big spot here for this Jacks lineup, looking to earn their first win of the the ISC World Tournament. That low rise poured in for a strike by Joe Wheeler, who came in relief of Dale Schweier after Schweier appeared to injure himself trying to catch a runner scoring on a passed ball. That one just missing on the outside for Wheeler. 1-1 the count. Weiler's done a good job so far. A couple of runs scored back in the 3rd inning. That one taken outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count for Bicknell. As Bicknell doing whatever he can to get on base here. We've seen him try and slap, a little drag bunt. He does have a single and a run scored. It's actually Bicknell scoring. No, I believe it was Will Major scoring on that pass ball that Schweier tweaked that knee. See how that affects the rest of his tournament. That one's hit hard out to center field, going back. And that is gone. Bicknell with a home run. The number 8 hitter makes it a 4-3 game. And Ryan Bicknell doing damage. So that makes things interesting here.
The second baseman, number 7, Will Major.
That's going to bring up Will Major here in a one-run ball game as Ryan Bicknell with a long fly to center field just made things a little bit more difficult here for the Batmen. Nobody gone. Number 9 hitter, Will Major. He scored one of the 3 runs here. That one going to be chopped just foul. One taken for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Take another look at that Bicknell home run. Oh no, that was the pass ball, sorry. Swing and a miss from Major. 2-2 now the count. So Major works a walk, gets on base, and just like that, tying run on base for the Jacks with nobody out. Potential winning run here in the form of Brant Weeb coming up. Runner going, the throw down. Not in time, going to scoot into center field as that ball bounces away from Brancho, and just like that, tying run at third base here for the Jacks as Major scoots over after that stolen base at second, and the throw getting away from the shortstop out there. So now the Batmen going to be in on the infield. Willier pours that one in for a strike to leadoff hitter Brant Weeb. That one chopped. Check the runner, throw over, gets Weeb for the first out. So one away now for the Batmen as Weeb goes down. Nice defensive play there from the shortstop. It's going to bring up Andrew Kutnikov with one away here. Runner at third. Tense moments here for the Toronto Batmen and their fans. Bunt laid down, throw over, off the bag. Umpire ruled first baseman Nolan Baltona came off the bag there. We're going to see the replay of this one. So that throw a little bit high. Does look like that foot, he did change feet. We're going to have a little conference here, the umpires. So they work to get this one right. And nothing any of them saw to change that. So we now have runners on the corners. The big run here is the runner at third base. That's the one
now batting first baseman number 3, Matthew
that the Batmen want to keep from scoring, because that would tie the game. But now the winning run stands on first in the form of Andrew Kutnikov. And Matthew hits it hard. That one going to get away. And the game is tied. So Major comes in to score from third. Andrew Kutnikov.
Now batting right fielder number 23, Logan Newman.
Is at third base, and at first base, Matthew Kutnikov. Logan Newman intentionally walked.
Now batting third baseman number 1, Max Major.
So the bases are loaded here for the Saskatoon Jacks with just one out. And that's going to bring up Max Major after the intentional walk to load the bases. Force all around, just one away here for the Batmen. Major stands in, and that one hit to short. Play coming home, throws wide. The Jacks walk it off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Elation on one side, heartbreak on the other. And that's the game of softball for you. Heartbreak for the Batmen as they surrender 3 runs. Wow. Tough result for the Batmen. They played a great game, but tons of credit given to the Jacks. And Nick Patrick, as he hung in there, battled all night long, kept his team in it, and the Jacks walk it off for their big righty on the mound. Fantastic ball game. So the Jacks move to 1-1 on the weekend, or on the tournament, I guess. The Batmen drop to 0-2. What else can you say? What a great game of softball, folks. That's going to do it for us here in the booth. As I mentioned, the STK game is taking place over on G2. We're not going to be able to bring that to you, but we will do our best to make sure that is updated. And just before we go, the 50-50 ticket from here at Glencoe is an orange ticket. The number is 76633-433. $250 prize. Claim it at D2 at the scorers table. If you have it, you have 24 hours to pick up your prize. Folks, what a great day of softball. We're going to have a ton more action for you coming up tomorrow. Be sure to tune in on Softball Premier TV and Bear Creek Sports and Entertainment's YouTube channel. For Jaime to my right, what a great job he's done all day. I'm Adam Donnelly. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.